Welcome to Courtyard Conversations. I'm Jalen Jackson. And now I know I'm not your usual host, but there is a good reason for that. Today, your usual host is the guest. So join me in welcoming Douglas Gutierrez.
Hello.
It's funny that he acts a little bit shy now that he is on the other side of this.
It's different being here. This couch gives you nerves. I am now convinced. It makes you nervous.
That's hilarious. All right. So strength does show up in different forms. But for Douglas, it shows up behind the lens and inside of the ring. As a multimedia producer for the University of Texas at Arlington School of Social Work, he helps amplify stories of research, advocacy, and community impact. His work shapes how people see social work in action. And outside of that role, he competes as a Muay Thai fighter, um, a discipline that demands physical endurance, mental clarity, and emotional control. Today, we're exploring how those two worlds intersect and what they reveal about resilience, vulnerability, and the importance of mental health. So, how did you get into Muay Thai? Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai is the
Muay
drink.
Thai. Yeah. Muay Thai. Um, the first, I guess, yeah, my oldest or first memory I had with martial arts was the first day my brother took me to the gym.
Mhm.
Now, I don't think I've told any of you this story, but my brother had just found this MMA gym in this old place in Greenville, Texas, back in East Texas. Now, this place used to be an old J.C. Penney, so it's got a lot of real estate. It's just flat. And you ever heard of a hole in the
Hole in the
wall
wall.
restaurant?
Mhm.
Well, this was a hole in the wall gym. So instead of having a full gym rack of free weights, we had 2 5s, 125, maybe 255s, and then just a 80 pound, like one of those. Had a couple of mats, barely 2 3 bags, and just a new instructor who was like, "Hey, there's this need here in this town. Let's open up a gym." Brother at the time, hard-headed guy, saw, "Oh, a fighting gym. Let's go." And for a plus, I'll bring my little brother. So he forced me to go because at this time I was just fully into soccer.
Mhm.
Went to the gym, very shy, very skinny. I'm like 10 years old. And my brother's like, "Hey, let's put on the gloves and go a couple rounds."
How did that go?
Yeah. So not even 1 minute into the first round, again, he's my older brother. So I'm used to fighting him. But now in front of people with gloves on, it just feels different.
Mhm.
So I'm shelling up, kind of being nervous. And he just throws a spinning back fist,
Ooh.
hits me clean on the temple. And as I fall, again, hole in the wall gym. There's no padding, there's no spacing. Everything's just kind of in the one place. So we're sparring next to the weights. And as I fall, I hit my head on some 45-pound weights.
Dumbbells. Yeah.
Yeah. And, older brother, "Oh my God, don't tell mom, don't tell mom, don't tell mom." He's coming to like
Like the
calm
don't
me
cry,
down.
don't cry.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm knocked out. Again, 10 years old, first day in the gym. I'm like, I hate this. I hate everything about this. Yeah. So that's my first encounter with martial arts is I got knocked out first day, spinning back fist by my brother, who happens to be a current bantamweight for the UFC. So humble beginnings, you could say.
That's crazy because that answered one of my questions. I was gonna ask you how to fight and find you, but it for sure found you in a way.
It found me. It found me, whether I was ready or not. It found me. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So who are you when you're not fighting?
That's a loaded question.
It is.
That's a loaded question. I don't know how to answer that in terms of, is it the things I do?
Mm-hmm.
Is it my blood? Is it my culture? Is it the ideas that are in my head? I don't know. But I guess, what are you wanting to know specifically?
It's funny because I was gonna rephrase the question in a way that would be exactly the same.
Okay.
But who is Douglas Gutierrez? Outside of the ring, I know you're a man of service. You say it all the time.
Can you see the chain? You gotta
my
show the
goodness.
FIA out there. Black and gold, baby, royalty.
But yeah, just in general.
It's funny being a guest and being asked this. I asked this question to a lot of my guests, a lot of people, and never once did I think I'd get it in return. I've never actually thought about who I am. I'm really big into stoicism. I'm a fan of philosophy, even though I think it's a dying breed of people that are into philosophy. It's still out there.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think the more and more I learn about myself, the more I learn how much I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
how much mystery is left to fill in the gap of my potential and what I've accomplished thus far. I have a very paradoxical way of thinking. The closer I get to something, I end up getting further from it.
Mhm.
So, in me learning who I am and getting to know who I am, it's a new version of Douglas every single time. So, I'm answering your question by not answering your question that since I'm ever growing and evolving, I hope one day I can be at a point where I can answer that for you.
That's deep. That's deep. I
hope so.
can't be mad at it. It's a legit answer.
Yeah.
So when you fight, a lot of people see violence.
Mhm.
I know we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
Whenever I say like you're a fighter, you're like, no, I'm not a fighter.
I'm not.
I'm a lover. So a lot of people see violence. What do you see in Muay Thai?
I see something natural.
Mhm.
I see something that is a globally and universally understood language of life. And what I mean by that is that in order for one to think about life, I think it should be encompassed to also think about death, because you can't have one without the other.
Yin and yang.
Exactly. And my further understanding of that concept is that one, you can't have one without the other, and they're both kind of interdependently meshed together.
Mm-hmm.
So when I do see violence, it's something that could be considered barbaric, but it's also something that I've found to be freeing. It's what we're talking about here is a human expression.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I fight with my words as a politician, as a student advocating a curve my grade, or, hey, I think we should go eat pizza because I'm in the mood for pizza. Well, we decided sushi. Well, let me tell you why we should do pizza. There's always some sort of combat going on in life, whether that's with myself, whether that's with others, or the world around me. Fighting is natural. Fighting is life. Fighting is the very thing that promotes our survival.
I remember last time we talked about it, you described it as an art.
Very much so. Very much so. I'm now at a point where I still consider it an art, but more specifically, like a dance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in this phase now in my life where I'm really wanting to learn salsa. In fact, I was asking one of our coworkers today at a meeting, hey, do you salsa dance? Could you, by chance help, be a partner or something for me? And how I'm comparing the two is that in dancing, everything kind of flows in its own rhythmic sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And similar to fighting, you practice combos, you practice drills. You can't really drill how effective one of your combos is going to land
Mm-hmm.
and what the other person is going to do. For instance, I can hit you with a jab and you eat it. I was anticipating for you to back up so I can make room for the next following move.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in my recovery time, similar to dancing. If I miss a step, I miss a beat.
How fast does it keep you?
Life is continuation. Keep it going. Find the beat. Find back your form. Find back your center. And then continue the sequence. So in terms of an art, it's something you have to stay focused in, as well as lose it and be in it to reach that flow state of just feeling it.
Mm-hmm. So with being focused in it, how has it disciplined you?
it's definitely taught me which thoughts and which ideas take the order of the hierarchy.
Mm.
You know, I could be warming up for my fight and I'm thinking about if I left the stove on. You know?
Yeah.
But then I get back to thinking, oh, my gloves are on, I'm sweating, I'm hitting the pads, getting a good shakeout. Some dude is getting ready to fight me.
Mm-hmm.
If my apartment burns down, that's, as of right now, that's the least of my
Yeah, it
concerns.
doesn't matter.
It's definitely taught me to face my fears more and more so address what immediately needs my attention.
Mm-hmm.
And for there to be somebody in front of you, this is the ultimate, hey, I should have your full undivided attention. This takes priority right here, right now.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely weighing in which thoughts are more important than others at that current time.
Okay. So speaking of thoughts, you got me right into it every time. What goes on in your mind before you enter the ring? You know, you got fear, focus, doubt. Are you calm?
All of it. All of it at once. And I think that's just being human. You kind of doubt yourself a little bit. You kind of feel insecure in ways that do you think you belong here? Do you think you've done enough? Definitely the mental toll for me is a lot more intense than the physical aspect of it. I remember reading one of these motivational quotes that being prepared is not a feeling, it's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother was fortunate enough to fly out from Colorado to be in my corner, which was a phenomenal experience to have. Not only somebody close to you, but like your blood, you know, your family, your brother who does this professionally, giving you some tokens and some gems here and there. And it also provided like a calming, big brother, I'm here. You're going to be okay. Nothing's going to happen to you. You know, you got this.
Mm-hmm.
How do I put it?
I was like, I could tell the wheels was turning.
They're turning. It's just a weird feeling of being present.
Mm-hmm.
Being present in this moment that exposes a lot about you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this choice of being prepared is that, like my brother said, you do this every day. And you do this you've done this for years. The only difference is now there's people around.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the walk to the ring is the longest walk you'll ever make. But once those doors shut, once the referee's like, you ready? Kind of like, you know, maybe inappropriate, a dog fight, you know, you kind of got the dogs right there. You know, it's kind of like, let them loose, you know, let them loose. There's a part that's just when the door's locked, it's just freeing. You just go.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not really thinking. You're just more of an automatic response of fight.
That's crazy. Because you said something that made me think, like, you know, like there is no time better than the present. But at the same time, you do have to prepare for the present that you're trying to live in.
Yes, I like that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like there were moments like I knew about this fight because you have to basically create an appointment, like get it scheduled, know your opponent, agree on a weight, this, that, and the third. I knew about this fight for 3 months. And all 3 months, there were random days I just had trouble sleeping. Because I'm thinking about another guy as I'm going to bed, like, man, this guy wants to hurt me. You know? Did I train more than this guy today? And it's this commitment that you've made that you have to see through. And as the days get shorter, like as you get closer to the days get shorter. And it's almost like this inevitable path that you have to take.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that's a real mental thing. Like, in all honesty, it's like waking up with cold sweats. Like,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
that's that's
Yeah.
scary.
And there's days again, because you have to, I like the way you framed it. You have to prepare for this present time you're going to be in. Though you are preparing to be present in a present time that's coming, you kind of take yourself outside of the present now.
Mm-hmm.
And there are moments where I was with my family over Christmas break. I'm already thinking about the fight and my weight. I can't have tamales, mom. I'm sorry. I can maybe have one. I can't have two or three.
Yeah.
You know. So there's moments where it takes you out of the present now, and it, in doing so,
Mm-hmm.
allows me to keep my feet grounded and be intentional on being present for the moment that I'm in.
Is there space for vulnerability in a sport like this?
I would argue that it's all vulnerable. I am, I mean, ultimately, fighting is very intimate.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting, in a way, is like a dance. And dancing, I know this is a professional setting, but dancing is very similar to sex in terms of it's two people agreeing for this shared outcome. But that shared outcome sometimes has different consequences.
Mm-hmm.
You're putting your health on the line. You're sharing a part of yourself that somebody is going to take. Because even though you have boxing gloves on, each strike to the head, those are some years, some months taken off from your lifespan. Like, we're talking about taking damage to your brain,
Mm-hmm.
your brain. And as you get older, your cognitive abilities start to change as your brain deteriorates when you stop learning at an older age. Your activity level changes because now your muscles and bones are a little bit more fragile and
Mm-hmm.
weaker. So you're definitely giving a piece of yourself willingly to this person. And you risk, I mean, I'm sure everybody's thought about it. You risk getting knocked out in front of everyone, in front of your loved ones,
Mm-hmm.
in front of your coaches, in front of people that think you're strong, people that have seen you in the gym that are inspired by you. And now we live in a day on social media. Oh, this guy got knocked out. He's a wimp. He's a wuss. I competed in my first TBA tournament last year. It's
Mm-hmm.
the US's largest Muay Thai expo. I got fourth place. There was over 1,200 fighters there. And it was devastating when I lost because I had spent 3-4 months training just to lose the first bracket, the first fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Coach McKenzie at the time, a guy I cross-trained with who is also a pro, was like, that's the thing about fighting. There's always a winner and there's always a loser.
It's true.
And that's a bitter pill that everybody has to swallow.
Mm-hmm. It works like that in life too. That's what's crazy.
That's life. That's life. You can't win them all. But again, within philosophy and stoicism, I've learned that the journey and what you've gained from yourself is part of the reward, but more so, how do you learn to respond to things?
Mm-hmm.
For instance, if I'm driving down the road and my tire goes flat, do I respond freaking out, having to call somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I immediately go into action? I have a spare tire in the back. I got a jack.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be a little late, but I know how to do it because I've lost before. I know what loss feels like, and I know how to shake back. And that's my metaphor, logos for life is respond.
That's deep. That is deep.
I hope
Because
so.
it's like
I hope so.
it goes with every scenario.
Mhm.
It's like it's basically like if you fall once, get back up. Like every time you get back up, every time you fall, you need to get back up one more time than you fall.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. What do people not see about fighters?
I think the biggest thing is they forget that we're still human.
Mm-hmm.
They forget that even though it's like from the local stage to your amateur bouts to global stages to world renown, quality class, athletes, they're still regular people.
Mm-hmm.
They still have anxiety. They still have fears. Still have doubts. They can maybe mask it a little better, but they still have families that get nervous for them. They still have to deal with the mundane things like bills. Is my mom good? If you have a family, is my wife good? My kids good? Is this investment property that I'm putting money into? Is this, like, there's all these things to worry about. And people forget that they're just really good at multitasking and just taking on all this baggage and walking with it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a saying, I know it's not supposed to be religious, but there's a saying that my brother told me that whenever he prays, he doesn't pray to God for an easier life. He prays to God to have stronger shoulders to carry more weight.
Mm.
And to neglect this idea that life is supposed to be easy and convenient, I think is a huge disservice to people, because that's what makes people and their stories great,
Yeah.
is to have faced some sort of adversity, to go and climb these obstacles and kick fear in the face, literally. You have
Mhm.
to account for there's still these emotions, these chemical imbalances that are
Mhm.
going to cause fear, doubt. All the negative emotions are just part of the pie sum of emotions that allow you to respond the way you do.
That's crazy. The whole time you were talking, I thought about an anime, Frieren, and there's a
Oh,
character,
okay.
and when he stands there, they're getting ready to go into battle, and his hand starts shaking.
Yeah.
His hand starts shaking.
Yeah. That's a natural instinct, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's supposed to be the strongest, and they're like, "Why are your hands shaking?" He was like, "Because I'm still scared." Like, regardless of anything that he was doing, regardless of him being the strongest, he was
Mhm.
still scared. But he knew that at this moment, I can be scared all I want, but I have to fight or I die.
Yeah. I think that's one of the cool things about this word courage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if bravery and courage can go synonymously together. However, courage, when I hear it now, has this indication that there's still a form of fear present.
Mm-hmm.
So to be courageous is to not be scared of anything, it's to do it scared.
Absolutely. That's deep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. So how do you recover mentally after the fact? I know we talked a lot about before. Like, how do you recover mentally after the fact? Because I know with win, lose, draw,
Mm-hmm.
there are still mental effects through the training,
Mm-hmm.
through the dieting, through the losing, gaining weight,
Yeah.
through the actual fight,
Yeah.
through the result of the fight.
Yep. Your question is, how do you recover mentally?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm no expert. What I do is I just like to completely separate myself from competition mode
Mm-hmm.
and started watching anime. I finished Attack on Titan.
Finally.
And yes, I started it during my fight camp. And I think that's one of the things that helped me conquer my fear.
Mm-hmm.
It's just advance forward. Commander Irvin is my guy, man. But just completely, again, within martial arts and in the sports world, competing in martial arts, remembering I'm human, remembering that I like to play video games, remembering that I like to spend time with family, my lady, talking crap with my friends, just doing stuff that Douglas does outside of fighting.
Yeah. Dang. Fortnite too, huh?
Fortnite too, yeah. I need to get back on it. Now since I'm in the recovery stages of fighting, and I don't know if you noticed, I just had LASIK eye surgery, so I I don't have my
Oh, I
glasses.
noticed. I
Okay.
noticed.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, we here
We
because I
here.
got it too.
We here. Hey, you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. 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 So definitely distract yourself and just kind of take into account the other smaller things in life, you know,
Yeah.
calling your parents, hanging out with your friends, doing a lot of what some people may call self-love.
Mhm.
Do your hobbies. You know, your hobbies, you don't have to get paid for them. You don't have to make content about it. Just do your hobbies because they're fulfilling for you.
Would you say those are the same things that help you protect your mental health?
Same things as in they're a part of that,
Mm-hmm.
but in a different goal of protecting my mental health. Uh, there's some other things along with that as well.
Okay. All right. So, has fighting healed you in any way?
In what way specifically are you asking?
Anyway, mentally, like we all go through things in life, and we all have our outlets to express things and things like that. Um, healed your inner child or anything like that.
I would say yes. I would say yes. I would say it's provided me with a form of freedom that I've never been able to feel. It allows me to get a progress report on how much work and reps that I've been doing to see where I am compared to the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely allowed me to channel my emotions and my anger. And I don't think it's negative to say, especially for men, that we are angry. I think everybody experiences anger. Again, and how you respond with that or to that is the important piece that I think should be more amplified,
Mm-hmm.
especially for young kids who may not have correct guardianship or guidance, and they're full of talent, full of potential, and it's just not channeled in a positive, constructive way. So yeah, it's definitely healed me in mental, spiritual, physical, just numerous ways.
And I know you do this externally. You fight externally,
Of
but it does something to you internally.
course.
And some people may not know exactly how to fight externally, but they're fighting things internally. So if someone is watching this, fighting something internally, what would you tell them?
This is the last question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If somebody is fighting something internally,
Mm-hmm.
what would I tell them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's my goal? To get them to feel better or to solve a problem?
I'd probably say solve the problem or at least fight their problem.
I'll answer that saying this. There's an author of a book, Atomic Habits, James Clear, talks no, it's my GoPro. He talks a lot about habits and using systems to help propel you forward, whether that's personally or professionally. I'd recommend just learning as much as you can. That's for anybody. My background's not in education or academia, but there are a lot of benefits to just learning as much as you can. When I was reading this book, I was really intrigued by this idea of not really chasing results, but more so align yourself with this identity of the person you want to become.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you chase results may not always be consistent, but what you have power in are the reps that you take, again, and how you respond. The reps that you take in your habits, as the concept of a habit, you
Yeah.
just do it. Create the habit of not really chasing results, but being somebody who believes that they can be better, being somebody who wants better for themselves. And that's one of my personal I don't know what to give it, but just I'll just throw that word in there with this idea of personal development is that at any point in time, anyone can choose to better themselves and to choose for themselves that they want a better life. And that's and again, from a philosophical standpoint, that no man is beyond redemption, that everyone is capable of paying your dues in a way. So I say that to say, be okay with losing, be okay with struggle, because it's not constant.
Mm-hmm.
There are cycles. The only reason you know what loss is because you know what a win feels like. I can't drop it, but
That's a bar.
yeah,
That's a bar.
Yeah, and I guess just to shout out, because I'm really big on community. I would not be who I am had it not be for the people in my life who have touched me and influenced me, men and women, kids, old mentors. I am the product of my environment. I am the product of my tribe, so to speak. And you shouldn't go through life alone. I think life is about people. I think life is about relationships, and they help give us meaning. When you're fighting, you may fight for money, you may fight for a belt, you may fight for status, but you're fighting because what you represent, and you represent the people around you and where you come from, whether that be culturally or just physical wise. One of my favorite quotes in Alpha Phi Alpha is Test of a Man. Test of a Man, author unknown. The test of a man is the fight that he makes, the grit that he daily shows, the way he stands upon his feet and takes life's numerous bumps and blows. A coward can smile. A coward can smile when there's not to fear, and nothing is progress bars. But it takes a man to stand and cheer while the other fellow stars. It isn't the victory after all, but the fight that a brother makes. A man, when driven against the wall, still stands erect, takes the blows of fate with his held head high, bleeding, bruised, and pale. It is a man who will win and fate defied, for he isn't afraid to fail. Test of a Man.
That's nice. I gotta give you a round of applause myself.
It's my favorite quote, man.
Man, that's you had to bring out the FIA on me,
I had to, man. They're a big part of who I am.
I respect it.
They're a big part of who I am.
I respect it, man. That's deep. I don't think I have anything else for you. But y'all heard it here. Sometimes the toughest fight isn't in the ring, it's in your own mind. And Doughlas has shown that he's a product of fighting not only externally but internally. And sometimes you just gotta know that you'll lose sometimes, and sometimes you'll win. But at the end of the day, remember to keep your mind straight and remember to focus mentally on the things that are in front of you, behind you, and as well as remaining to be present. Give it up for our guest this time, Doughlas Gutierrez.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Pleasure to be here.
Hey, a pleasure having you in your show.
Yeah, it's cool to be on this couch, man. It's cool to be on this couch. I've always said it looks comfy. Yeah.
Thank you for watching Courtyard Conversations. I'm Jalen Jackson.